What's going on, Packers fans? Happy Saturday to each and every one of you guys. On today's show, we got our Packers Report Mailbag. My favorite shows that we do on this channel because I get to hear straight from you guys, the fans. Y'all basically are my producers. You tell me what you want me to talk about. I answer your questions, and we all have a great old time. Speaking about a great time, we're going to have a great time tomorrow beating up on the Chicago Bears. And that got me thinking, like in preparation for this game, coming off the game against Detroit, who's your least favorite team in the National Football League, or at least least favorite team in the NFC North? Is it Chicago? Is it Minnesota? Or is it Detroit? You let me know down below in that comment section. Our first question coming in from Terrell_9. What do you think our record will be over this last 5-game streak? I only think we got one loss coming, and that's to Denver. The funny thing about the National Football League, Terrell, is that when you win, people think, fans think, we think, this team's never going to lose again. And when you go on a little bit of a losing streak, you think, okay, this team's never going to win again. And right now, we've got ourselves a nice little winning streak. Just got a big win against Detroit on the road on Thanksgiving. And I feel like our chests are puffed out just a little bit. But I do believe, looking at the remaining schedule, there might and probably is one more than one loss right there. Because those are some really good football teams. Number one in the NFC North. Not for long. Number one in the NFC in general. Still a division leader. Vikings, they suck, okay? So I believe I'm going to give 2 losses. I think you're going to end 3-2, and I think you're going to end this season, what would that put them, Gage? 11-5-1? Which I think if you win at least one against the Bears, that would be good enough to win your division. But that's kind of what I see. We got to remember, ladies and gentlemen, we're only like 3 weeks removed from this team looking horrible against the New York Giants. So while it feels like we're world beaters right now, and this is still a good football team, I just don't think you coast through these last 5 games, 3 of them on the road, with 4 wins. I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. Lambeau Leapers coming up next. Will the #Packers sign Calais Campbell? Okay, some wild rumors going on about this. We're going to address this right now. So, Calais Campbell, at the current recording of this video, he is unable to be signed, okay, because he is still employed and on the 53-man roster for the Arizona Cardinals. But I need everybody to remember what happened around this time last year. Barry Jackson reported this when Calais Campbell was with the Miami Dolphins. Whether Campbell will finish the season here is fluid in Miami. Will be here at least as long as they're in playoff contention. If the Fins are eliminated, Dolphins releasing him to join a contender is still in play. Now, they never ended up releasing him because they were able to string a couple of wins together, and they finished their season with still a chance to get into the playoffs going into Week 18. So that was never a part of the question. However, we know that if they weren't in playoff contention, they would have thought about releasing him. He's not with the Dolphins anymore. He is with the Cardinals. And the Cardinals are, as we sit right now, through the first 13 weeks of the season, they're eliminated from playoff contention. They cannot make it. So if they feel the same way about the veteran defensive lineman, I would not be surprised to see that be a possibility. And if that is a possibility, I think Green Bay will be interested. Heavily interested. Because Calais Campbell has still had an unbelievable season, even though he's like 67 years old. And with the Devontae Wyatt injury, I get it. You signed Jordan Riley to a 53-man roster, but Calais Campbell is a massive upgrade over Jordan Riley, and I think he could help you out on what I believe is probably your biggest weakness right now, the interior of that defensive line. What do you think? Should the Packers sign Calais Campbell if Arizona cuts him? Let me know down below by giving me a yes or a no. Weigh in with your answer and tell me what you got to say down below in that comment section. At least think it's an interesting discussion. CeeLo the Great. Hot take. The Packers and the Cowboys will face off once again in the playoffs for round 2. This time bigger, better, faster, stronger. Bigger, better, faster, stronger. Great reference there, CeeLo. Interesting take. So at the current recording of this video, the Lions and Cowboys play tonight. So I don't know how that game ended up. If the Cowboys ended up winning it, then I think this could be a possibility. I mean, they still got a long way to go. Philadelphia's got to lose a lot more games for them to be able to win that division and get into the playoffs. They find themselves in a weird spot when it comes to the wild card because I don't know if they have a good enough record to get in the wild card because teams like, Seattle, and the 49ers, those teams just keep on winning. So do your Green Bay Packers. So they're going to have to win the division to get into the playoffs. But if they do face off in this second round of the playoffs, I mean, that would be juicy. And I think it'd be great because, as you know, if you face Dallas in the postseason and you are the Green Bay Packers, 9 times out of 10, you end up winning that ball game. Okay? I mean, I think it's a historic battle. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I'm pretty sure those two teams have faced off in the playoffs more in the NFC than any other matchup in the NFL history. Mally Christian, Joey, will our Packers get the number 1 seed in the NFC? When not, what seed besides the 1 is best to get Super Bowl 60? Greetings from Germany. Guten Tag. Is that hello in German? That's what I thought. What's up, Christian? Mally Christian, I should say. Well, right now, here's how the NFC playoff picture looks. The Bears are atop in the NFC at 9-3. Not for long, hopefully. However, if you win and every other team in front of you loses, the Green Bay Packers would go back to the number 1 seed. So, being the number 1 seed is not out of the question. I think if you win 4 out of your last 5 games, you've got a legitimate shot to get there at 12, 4, and 1. The only problem is you got a really hard remaining schedule, which we've already talked about. The good thing is there's a lot of NFC West teams ahead of you in Seattle and in Los Angeles, and they're going to play each other more throughout the rest of the season. The Eagles on a skid. You get to play the Bears twice, so you still are able, in some sense of the word, to control your own destiny when it comes to you possibly getting the number 1 seed. And if not that, number 2 seed, probably the best. Maybe the number 3 seed, because that's the one that would match up against 6 seed, which would probably be Chicago. I don't know. A lot of math to do right now when we're still, got 5 games left in the season. I'll know a little bit better on which seed is probably best towards the end of the year. Who finishes with the number 1 seed in the NFC? Will it be Green Bay? Will it be Chicago? Los Angeles? Seattle? You let me know down below in the comment section. We got more questions to get to, but before that, if you got a question of what's the best way and most exciting way, most fun way to be watching football on Sundays, well, it's doing it with our friends over at Underdog. Creating your own Underdog lineup. Winning money. Football season is in full swing, and Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action. Let's cut to the chase. Let's give you what you really want to hear. If you download the app today and sign up with promo code Packers Report, you score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, and more. Get your picks right, and you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. Here is my Underdog lineup for Sunday's game against the Chicago Bears. I got the higher on Caleb Williams' interceptions thrown. Give me the lower on Josh Jacobs' 97.5 rushing and receiving yards. Think he's going to have a good game, but we all know he's not 100% healthy right now. And give me the higher on Jordan Love, 1.5 passing touchdowns. It's Toyota-thon, ladies and gentlemen. Download the app today and sign up with promo code Packers Report. Score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That is promo code Packers Report. Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 or older, 19 or older in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 or older in Colorado for some games, 21 or older in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/playing-terms_DFS_DF for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7-HOPE line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY to 467-369. Up next to Joseph. Great name, my friend. Emanuel Wilson is a better overall running back than Josh Jacobs. Hot take there. I disagree. I think what you've been seeing from Emanuel Wilson over the past couple of weeks has A, been amazing, but I think B, it's like the interim head coach in college football or the NFL. Everybody falls in love with the interim just because it's something you're not used to seeing. In reality, Josh Jacobs is a better overall running back than Emanuel Wilson is. He is faster, he's shiftier, he's better as a receiving back. Like Emanuel Wilson just might be a little bit stronger than Josh Jacobs is. But there's a reason Josh Jacobs is getting paid what he's paid, and he's the RB1. Thanks so much for that question, my good friend Joseph. Up next, we got Belly Prods. Nate Hobbs has done absolutely nothing for this team except a lot of touchdowns. This is injured most of the time. Keisean Nixon needs to be cut or traded. Okay, lots to unpack here. I agree with Nate Hobbs. Actually, I disagree. Beginning of the year, he was great. Now, since after week 5, he's been pretty horrible. I will agree with you that. And he has been very, very injured. Keisean Nixon does not need to be cut. definitely not cut. Maybe if you can get something really big for him being traded because his value's so high right now. But, like, where else are you going to go? Like, Carrington Valentine's been great, but who else is going to be your cornerback? Like, are you going to play Kamal Haddon? Bo Melton? No. You don't need a cut or trade Keisean Nixon anytime soon. Ninja Winja. Coming up with our last question of the day. Hot take. Bears suck. I could not agree more. Cannot wait for this game tomorrow. Going to be an absolute blast. Reminder, we will be live for the game tomorrow, so make sure to join us for that watch party. I hate the Chicago Bears. I hated them when they sucked. I hate them even more now that they're at the top of this division. Hopefully they're not going to be at the top of the division long, though, because if you take care of business tomorrow, the NFC is all yours. Think the Bears suck. Like the video. It's science, okay? Cast your vote for me. I think they suck. I'll like the video. You better do your part as well. Something else you can do, follow me on socials and subscribe to the channel. If you want the Packers to win for tomorrow, it's simple. 4 words. Sub Packers Dubs.